You know that moment when you're ready to start an episode and you position the camera just right so it spazzes the hell out? Yeah, me too. Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Ōkami. Last time we made our way here to the Wauku Shrine, and that shouldn't be linear, but I guess it worked out. And we met with Itegami, the final god of the Celestial Brush, and we obtained our final power of ice, which I am showing incredible aptitude at using here, clearly. Oh, come on. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, this time we are going to be continuing ever further into the... I'm not high enough to get that, am I? Ever further into the Wauku Shrine, and hopefully getting to the end of it. First things first, right here in this little alcove, right where we came through initially to meet with Itegami, there is a stray bead that I want to grab. If we freeze that spider high enough, we can get up onto this alcove and screw it up, of course. Alright, freeze you, loop around. Oh, he defrosted. This is a brilliant start. Seriously, this is absolutely gorgeous gameplay right here. Alright, let's just hop up here and... Alright, I'm just gonna jump cut to when I get to it, because this is ridiculous. Or not, because there we go. Nice. Grab that, and there we go. Stray bead number 98, I believe. Let's check that stray bead counter. We're really close to the end, actually. I haven't brought this up in a while, but yeah, there are not many stray beads for us to get. It's kind of crazy. I figured I'd just point that out now just to give you guys an idea of where you should be at this point in our adventure. Anyway, we're going to head right back around here and into the Wauku Shrine, because now that we have our ice power, there is, as you might expect, more stuff for us to do. First off, we want to bring up our... Did I just fall? I just fell. Oh my god, this is going brilliantly so far. There's a little gap right there that you can fall through, which is annoying, but I guess we're just going to have to go with it. Alright, let's head right back here, back into the Wauku Shrine, and now I believe where we want to go is this way, if I'm not mistaken. There's this door right here which doesn't seem to want to open yet. Definitely worth keeping in mind for later. Anyway, we want to freeze this ice, well, the fire, now ice, spider, and get all the way up here. There we go. Alright. Now, this big room in the middle, there's a lot of stuff around here, as you can see. It goes even higher. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. Alrighty. Now, I suppose now that we are back into some traditional dungeon gameplay, I should point out that ice is a bit of a controversial final power. No. Well, anyway, ice is a pretty controversial final power, not for what it is, but for the fact that it's basically a clone of fire and electricity. And some people feel like it's a very underwhelming final brush technique for this reason. I personally don't share this opinion, because can you imagine if they left something as cool as Veil of Mist for all the way until the end of the game? That would suck, because this is almost the end of the game, and I'd rather have a lame final power not get used very much than a really cool final power not get used very much. So that's my thoughts on that. But there are some cool things about our ice power. Alright. Alrighty, there we go. Now, you probably have figured it out by now, but this is a very good reason why you're probably never going to see a Let's Play of a platformer on this channel, because holy crap. Also, right down here, and yes, I do realize this means I have to go through all that stuff again. Right down here is a white porcelain pot treasure, which is very nice, and I believe there are some other treasures around here that we can also grab, but I think I'm just going to loop all the way back up camera, all the way back around to the top so we can continue on where we're supposed to go. I know one of those treasures is a silver pocket watch, but I'll be honest, I don't know exactly how to get to it, but feel free to explore, because I know it's around here somewhere. Alrighty, now that we're back up at the top, I recommend freezing that spider while he's all the way up there, because that way you can jump right under him and avoid any trouble altogether. Now, where do we want to go next? I think we want to melt that right there, and it should reveal Yes, a Konohana Blossom, very nice. So we're using even more of our powers in this dungeon. I think out of all the powers in this dungeon, the only ones that do not get used for anything, I believe, are Water Lily, obviously, and then Sunrise, Crescent, and Electricity, I think, and Rejuvenation is another one we're not going to use, but every other power, I believe, we're going to wind up using at some point in this dungeon, which I think is really, really cool, and oh my god, I cannot believe this is happening right now. Alrighty, I made it a little bit further up. But yeah, we're probably not going to be Let's Playing any platformers on this channel because as you can tell, even in just platforming sections of non-platformer games, I am really, really awful at it. It's actually quite embarrassing. Alright, another golden gate right here, which I guess isn't too terribly pointless. But anyway, this room is pretty interesting, and I think I'll use this opportunity to talk about something. I mentioned that there are a couple of very special properties about ice that sort of differentiate it from the other powers in the game, and I really meant that. Like thunder and... oh my god. Oh, this is easily the most fail-tacular episode we've had so far. Like fire and water and thunder and those powers of that nature, ice has a special upgrade to it. Now, you're probably wondering how on earth you go through a side quest to get it. Well, it turns out you don't. They actually give you this power immediately. Oh, right here we get the Waoku Shrine map, finally, at the very end of the game, breaking the tradition of getting the map at the end. I'd reckon we're less than halfway through the dungeon at this point. But yes, you have a special upgrade to ice available to you at the start, and if you paid attention during the Ninetales fight, like I mentioned, Ninetales actually uses this power on you. What you do is you draw an X with a line through it, and it will call up an ice storm, which is really, really cool. So it's basically like the Thunderbolt, except for ice, which is really nice. Right here we're going to use Inferno, but of course you can also use the Solar Flare as a source if you feel the need to. Gonna slow down time right here and almost fall. Oh wow, I actually made it. I am very impressed with myself that I made it. And then we want to freeze that guy in a decently usable position, and we are across. Very good. Alrighty, in this room there's another blue enemy scroll, but I'm pretty sure you're not actually required to fight any of those guys. Whoa, whoa. Why do you always have to be so reckless? I mean, open your eyes, Furball. There's a big ol' hole here. You'd better be more careful. I'm too young and handsome to die. I'm pretty sure you said that before. Huh? Hey, look. This pit's got all that sparkly stuff in there. That is actually moist air, which is really cool. So here's another really nice property of ice. If you cast ice over moist air, it will freeze it solid and create platforms for you to navigate across, which is a really cool mechanic. It's only used in this dungeon, though, so it doesn't get a whole lot of use outside this one part of the game right here, which I guess is a little unfortunate, but I guess it's understandable, although it would have been nice to hide some areas that used this in other parts of Kamui or earlier in the game. I see you over there, and I missed, because of course I did. Alright, we're gonna bloom this clover here, and apparently use the sun, and then use ice, and then can we please just bloom the clover? Oh my word. There we go, finally. And it looks like the game decided it was going to throw one last bunch of these cursed trees at us, which I suppose it's fine. It's an easy, free little bit of praise every time we meet them. Alright, throw that at me, slash, and bloom, bloom, bloom. Ay, ay, ay. That is one little issue I have with this game, is that sometimes there are so many sources for all of your powers present that you wind up accidentally using powers that you don't mean to use, and that can get really frustrating really quickly. So you have to be... You can slash these guys? For real? Well, I guess you learn something new every day. But yes, sometimes it can get a little bit annoying when there's a lot of sources for your powers all over the place, so you kind of have to be a little bit creative with casting them. Otherwise, you're going to accidentally use a power that you really don't want to use at all. Like that. Alright. Bloomed one more. Looks like one tree actually got sort of chopped off right there, but I guess we can work with it. Alrighty, and in this room we have to use Wind, which we've used before in this dungeon, so it's nice seeing another use for it. You'll want to cast a Veil of Mist in here, because there is a cannon back there that will shoot one of those quick bullets at you, and you want to be very, very careful so that those don't hit you. Alrighty, coming through into this room right here. There's only one way to go, it looks like. I think most of the blue enemy scrolls in this area will actually spawn dogus for you. So if you want some really quick and easy money, you can fight those guys because they give some serious moolah whenever you kill them. Anyway, I think that cannon right there actually takes 2 reflected shots, so you better keep that in mind going through here. And another golden gate and another save mirror, which is interesting. As you can tell, this dungeon is very, very, very large. And it looks like we got some treasure here for our trouble. Alrighty. We have an Infinity Stone, which is definitely a good item, and over here we have a Holy Bone M. Thank goodness it isn't an S. This game's been handing out a lot of Holy Bone S's when honestly they're useless to you at this point. Anyway, here we are, at one of the twin peaks of Ezzo Fuji. What awaits us? Let's find out. Look who's here. This guy doesn't waste any time. I like his style. This must be the Silver Demon, Nechku. He's one of the twin demons that turned Kamui into an icy waste. What luck finding him all alone. Sorry, fella. I know you just recently woke from a long slumber, but you're gonna have to go back to being a statue again. Hey, where's that bird brain going? Huh? Look, over there. Isn't that you from 100 years ago, Ami? I don't get it. What's that old self of yours doing here? Whoa. So begins the battle against the Silver Demon, Nechku, and indeed, Shiranui himself will fight alongside you, and boy oh boy is he powerful. What you want to do is you want to keep that guy stunned as much as possible, and check out Shiranui's attacks. They're crazy. What you want to do is bring up your brush, and every once in a while, Shiranui will actually cast up his own Celestial Brush techniques, and they are incredibly quick, incredibly powerful, and of course, because why not, they are drawn in golden ink. And honestly, a very large portion of this boss fight can be spent just bringing up your brush and waiting for Shiranui to cast up some astoundingly incredible attacks. Honestly, it's really not worth trying to cast up your own attacks just because Shiranui will tear this guy up. As you might imagine, this is not the final boss fight of the Wauku Shrine. It's basically just a warmer-up type thing, and honestly, having Shiranui at your side is so cool. Wow. You guys really did a number on Bird Brain there. Quick, Ami, before your old self steals all the glory. Finish that demon off. What the? That's the gold demon, Lechku. And look, isn't that Okey? At last I have you cornered. I'm going to finish you off this time. Kutone shall blaze silver once more. Those demons aren't finished yet. Better back off for now, Ami. No, Okey, don't! This is what separates a hero from the rest. You are about to witness history in the making. Kutone, trusty sword of the great hero Okey, shall awake. Has he lost his mind? What the heck? I can't move. I can't even breathe. Okey, get away from there. You demons. Curse you. Now's the chance. I can finish them off. Come on, Ami. Pull. Just a little more. Okey, your sword. Kutone. It's glowing silver. By the great spirits of the air, earth, and sea. I was so blind. I should have known. At last I understand. The sacred sword Kutone, defender of Kamui, could not possibly wake, while the heart of its wielder was clouded with selfish desire. That is why I couldn't defend Kamui with this sword, let alone protect the lives dear to me. Now don't start turning all sappy on me, Okey. You gotta focus. Focus. Finish off those demons and you'll restore peace to your village. O spirits of the air, earth, and sea, and the sacred sword Kutone, grant me the power to save this land of Kamui. Now you're talking.